book summaries are literally just never worth it. So last year, around like Thanksgiving break, I bought Blinkist because it was on a Black Friday sale. I think I paid $25 for it for entire year, and I started reading book summaries. I'm into like a lot of nonfiction and self-help genre and whatnot, so I thought that it would be very beneficial to me. But I can honestly say I do kind of regret that purchase, but I will say if it wasn't on sale, I would definitely regret it much more. I'm glad that I only paid $25 for the entire year to get access to that, read a few book summaries, and kind of quickly realized that it's just not for me. And book summaries, I just don't think that they actually do a good job in depicting everything that's going on in the book, and so the user or the reader can get the overall message. And here is my problem or problems with book summaries. Number one, it's beneficial, yes. So if you're just not reading at all, you should read a book summary. It'll be much better than not doing anything at all. But obviously, reading a book is the best. But book summaries lack information, obviously, like depth. You can get a overall summary of what the book is trying to convey to you, but you're not going to be indulged in that story, in that content itself. So you're not, because of that, you're not going to retain a lot of the information that you see in the book. So for example, I think human beings, we kind of just retain about like 10% or maybe 5% of what we actually read. And the same goes for books. But from a book summary, since it's already a condensed version of the book, you're probably retaining like 0.5 or half a percent of the entire book or of the entire summary. And this leads me to my next point, which is time spent on a given task. You're obviously not spending that much time reading a book summary versus you would when reading an actual book. So because you're not spending as much time or exerting enough effort, you're not going to remember a lot of it. And that's just how the human brain is designed. We're supposed to be very efficient with everything. And the human brain is not going to remember a lot of things that you don't spend a lot of time on. Also, another aspect of it is just the content itself. Whenever you're reading a book, there's a lot of things that the author is actually trying to do to help you understand the material or whatever idea that he or she is trying to present to you. So for example, I experienced this myself. The perfect example that I can give you guys is when I read the book summary of Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. I read the book summary first and I thought it was okay. I didn't really understand the hype behind the book based off of the book summary. But then I got the actual book and I was like, you know what? Let me see what the difference is. Is there any contrast or whatever? And honestly, I can very easily say that the book is so much better than the book summary. I literally did not remember anything from the book summary itself, but from the actual book, I remembered so much. There were just so many different lessons that I loved from the book itself. And also, you just retain so much more information. And the way that the author actually presented that information using analogies, different stories, different examples, and how we can actually apply it to our day-to-day lives was just so much better. So I really recommend just reading an actual book. And also, you have a book summary, right? Who gets to decide what exactly is the important main ideas from that particular book? It's somebody else. Whereas you might value something completely different from that person who is actually refining those ideas. Obviously, that goes to without say, they have their biases, you have your biases, you have your values, they have their values. But it's just another caveat of whenever you're trying to read a book summary, you don't know exactly if that person who made the book summary is valuing the information in a book the same way that you would. So that's something to also keep in mind. And yeah, I mean, look, book summaries are great, especially if you're not reading at all and you just want to get like an overall idea, but that's all you're going to get, and you're probably not going to remember that much either. If you're going in with that mindset, sure, book summaries are going to be great for you, but if you want to actually learn about a certain topic or indulge yourself in a certain subject or go down a complete rabbit hole like I do, then book summaries are definitely not going to be for you. And I really highly recommend just actually reading the books rather than just the book summaries. even if you only have 5 minutes a day to read, I would definitely recommend just reading a book instead of a book summary. And if you want books for free, then go check out Libby. It's an app. It's basically like a digital library. All you need is like a local library card, which you can go out and get. I made a video on it in the past as well, which I'll link somewhere here. And yeah, it's free. And this video is not sponsored at all, by the way, even though I wish it was. So Libby, if you're watching this, check this out and reach out to me and let's get something going. All right, guys, this was episode 63 of the Daily Lessons podcast. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for me before you go, because it only takes you 2 seconds of your time, but it means the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Bye, guys.